Myers does Tom Myers versus the rest of the world. And he starts off every podcast episode with a monologue. And he really does think he's Bill Maher with his monologue. I think you're going to get a kick out of some of these jokes. But even more so than the jokes, the reactions he gets from his co-hosts are fantastic. Jeff Heisen is back on the show for this one. Jeff Heisen is like this 80-year-old guy who's an attorney, but tries his hand at stand-up from time to time. That's always fun.
Nice. More hobbyists.
Yes. So we start off with this joke. I think you're going to enjoy it.
Hello, and welcome to Tom Myers versus the rest of the world. A lot's going on. Joe Biden received a major endorsement in his re-election campaign from the Kennedy family. They endorsed him over their own relative, Robert F. Kennedy Jr. It has to sting for RFK Jr. to not receive the endorsement of his family. It probably would have been even worse if the Kennedy family had made the endorsement in a hotel kitchen.
Oh.
That reaction says it all, doesn't it? Jeff Heisen was actually alive when RFK Sr. was murdered. So he's just like, oh, too soon. I mean, come on. It was 56 years ago. That's where you went with it. But can you believe that's where he went with that joke?
Yes. Not very good.
Not great. All right.
Not very good.
I think you're going to like this next one because this really sticks it to the Republicans and gives them what they deserve.
Two congressmen, Mike Gallagher of Wisconsin and Jake LaTurner of Kansas, announced they will not seek re-election to their seats. That makes 21 House Republicans to date who are not seeking re-election for various reasons, including some committee chairpersons. I suppose that saves them the trouble of whether or not they will die in the mass suicide pact that Republicans will undertake should Trump lose again in November.
Boy, this is fucking ponderous, man. Fucking ponderous.
Perfectly phrased.
That's what I mean.
Word economy.
his word economy is brutal. And actually, this next joke is a perfect example of that. It's almost like he's trying to inform us rather than just, it's a monologue time. Just tell the joke. You don't have to give us all the background on it.
Donald Trump is now on trial for his election interference case when he paid two women with whom he had an affair to keep quiet so it wouldn't ruin his chances of winning the presidency in 2016. It's the first criminal trial of a sitting president, and Trump has been making statements throughout the trial outside the courtroom, including, among other things, that the courtroom is freezing. The courtroom is supposed to be chilly. That way it keeps all the unprocessed McDonald's food that's still lodged in his colon fresh.
Look at that.
I love watching comics listen to Tom Myers.
That's just like, what the fuck is going on right now? Trump is at a trial right now where he's doing this thing and there's all these people and it's unprecedented and this other thing is happening and McDonald's.
He's cold.
I mean, literally, we all know that Trump's on trial. And, you know, that we all know about this, especially anyone listening to Tom's show. You can just say, Trump's complaining it's really cold in the courtroom. It's not like a joke, but if he started there, I'd probably give it more of a pass.
Sure.
The fuck?
Never, it's, you know, when you're editing jokes, there's hardly ever such a clean slice you can make.
Yes.
You know, just,
right, yeah. Like, well, if I leave that out.
Lose it.
Yeah. And it's crazy too because Tom reacts to us. In fact, I've been meaning to talk about this. I haven't. Someone posted in our subreddit. Tom reacted to us calling me a simp or something. They're like, do you know what simp means? Obviously not. It's so stupid. So Tom is familiar with this. He goes in my comment section and calls me out when we post these videos of him. You would think he would listen and learn a little bit, like word economy. We talk about this every time with you, Tom. Figure it out. You're writing jokes incorrecly. Doing it wrong.
Get a comedy coach, something like that. You know what I mean?
Something.
Like, I would do it. I'll gladly do it for, $500 an hour.
Okay, there you go, Tom. So
and show you how to make these jokes not terrible.
So bust some extra tables next week, and you can pay Pat his consultant fee to help you with this. All right. This joke is so bad, even his biggest cheerleader, Jeff Heisen, listen to the reaction he gets from this.
News reports say that during the trial, Trump was fixated on a closed caption image of himself watching the closed caption screen during the trial, which is quite fitting because, just like a moth against a light bulb, Trump was repeatedly banging his head against that screen.
Wouldn't it be better if his mic was turned off, Tom, rather than get a reaction of ugh? The fuck was that joke? I don't even get it.
I don't get it at all. There's not a joke there.
No, it
I mean,
didn't make
there's
any
some sort
sense.
of concept premise that you could maybe write a joke about, but that's not a joke. I don't.
We had Pat
Different
Oates. Pat Oates was on here recently, and I love Pat. Every joke that I played with Tom Myers, he tried to rewrite. He's like, okay, here's how you make this funny. And he explain how to do it.
Give examples.
Yeah, you got to give an example. You set the premise and give an example. And all this stuff. It's just like, I like that Pat takes it just like, yeah, I mean, I don't know. Maybe there could be a joke, but what the fuck?
You can't fix that one.
can't
I think
fix it.
What did you do? Bringing up moths? I mean, that's where it doesn't make it easy. It's just, you're staring at yourself, your own thing.
Yeah.
Okay, start from there. Write a joke about that.
No, it's
see
moths on a light bulb.
Yeah, just like a moth, he's banging his head against that screen. What?
Or as Jeff Eisen would say, ugh. You've probably heard me talk about Magic Mind before. This is a daily productivity shot that both sharpens your mind and improves your mood. I've been drinking these every day for over a year now because it works. The combination of high quality ingredients is unique to Magic Mind. One of those ingredients is lion's mane, which is an edible mushroom. It's been studied for treating depression, anxiety, even Alzheimer's disease. Dr. Steve and I, we were hanging out in Largo. We were talking a lot about different edible mushrooms, lion's mane especially, because Dr. Steve's been growing it. He sees the health benefits. It really does help reduce stress. And that's what I love about drinking Magic Mind in the morning is it helps me reduce my stress and get productive for the day ahead of me. We right now have a special offer for you. Subscribe and try it for free. Only pay for shipping and get a trial 3 bottles pack. You can cancel your subscription at any time and not get charged another penny. Use the promo code WATPLT-TRIAL and visit magicmind.co/WATPLT-TRIAL. That's WATPLT-TRIAL for a 3-pack of Magic Mind. You won't regret it. Kristi Noem is in the news because Kristi Noem wrote a book recently talking about shooting her puppy in the head. And surely he has a joke about that that's decent, right? I mean, there's a lot of places you could go with that story.
South Dakota Governor Kristi Noem is facing backlash after she wrote that she killed her kid's dog because it wasn't behaving. I think they should put up a statue of Kristi Noem under the condition that they allow dogs to take a dump on it. And as a penance, Kristi Noem is the only one who should have to clean it up.
I mean, it's unbelievable.
Well, first of all, dogs don't projectile shit.
Right? It's unbelievable. I can't think of a worse joke you could come up with that premise. There's so many things you could come up with for that.
I almost think, yeah. Tons of others, but just to focus on how bad what he wrote is.
Yeah.
Like somebody probably said piss on it, right? And he's like, no, I'm gonna make it shit on it, or poop on it, or what? You know what I mean? Like he had to up it, try to make it worse, but it doesn't work.
That's a good point, right? A piss would make more sense, but then you have to clean up the piss. So he's like, yeah, I can't use that. It's got to be they're winding up and they're shitting across the way. Yeah. All right.
Yeah. I mean, there's man's best friend. There's all kinds of. Just write out everything you know about dogs. Everything that comes to mind.
Oh, you charge for this, Pat. Watch out. Yeah. Starting to give it away for free, the golden goose right now.
Trying to give him a taste.
Okay. Yeah. Write down everything I know about dogs, you say. Interesting.
I'm not going to do it for him. I'm not Pat Oates.
Well, when they shit, it goes 18 yards across the room. What else do I know about dogs? All right. So this is a doozy because this isn't even how words work.
Tucker Carlson said in an interview that the theory of evolution has been disproven, a conclusion he reached when he looked in the mirror every morning.
A conclusion he reached when he looked in the mirror every morning. So you can't reach a conclusion by looking at yourself every morning.
Yeah.
There'd be an instance that you would reach a conclusion.
No. You need it repeatedly in there or something. Daily.
And
A conclusion he comes to daily when he looks in the mirror each morning.
That might be the most confounding Tom Myers joke I've ever heard.
yeah, it's really stupid.
The reason he added every morning is because when he gets to a mirror, it doesn't sound like a joke. Exactly.
You're right.
Yes.
Yes, that exaggeration thing every morning.
Yeah.
Oh, now I get it.
To make it sound like a casual, because otherwise it sounds like he may be being figurative. Like he got that from looking in the mirror. But I mean, I guess you could say it that way. It's what I just said sounded funnier than what he said.
Right. That's correct. Also, and this is getting a little technical, but Tucker Carlson's not a guy who looks like he didn't evolve from apes. He's just kind of a normal looking dude. He's been on TV most of his life. They don't put people like me on TV for good reason, you know? So
there's nothing chimp-like, ape-like, orangutan, like nothing there. So yeah, you're right. It doesn't make much sense.
Doesn't make any fucking sense. And then he follows it up, and I just want you to know, and I always explain this, I'm not taking anything out of context. I'm not pulling clips. This is
editing.
joke. All I do is just play you all the jokes from his monologue. This is the exact joke he goes into after that.
Speaking of Alex Jones, he came out and said that the "I will eat your ass" meme he posted was a joke. He didn't really mean it. Just when I thought he finally found a way to get me to be a subscriber.
He goes, Tucker Carlson looked in the mirror every day. Speaking of Alex Jones. So they're the same person in your... Okay.
It's good. Speaking of dumb apes, Alex Jones.
There you go. See? You can't help yourself, can you? You got to punch it up. You're like, you're close.
Wait, what did he say?
So easy.
It's so easy. So easy to make it better.
This guy really wants his salad tossed by Alex Jones?
Yeah, that's a good question, too. That also didn't make any sense to me. He goes, Alex Jones said, I will eat your ass with a joke. Yeah, no, we all knew that.
Yes.
all of us knew that, Tom.
We're all hoping it's a joke.
That's tier 2 for tier 2. Get your ass eaten by me, person.
All right. So then after the monologue ends, one of my favorite parts of his show is when he talks to the panel. And he always starts off with that really awkward question. Now, the worst thing you can do, Pat, and I'll give you a little lesson on broadcasting,
Please.
Since I'm so amazing at it, is when you're talking to a group of people on a show, you never ask a question like, how's everyone doing? Because there's really no good answer to that. No one knows who's supposed to talk or what they're supposed to say.
Yeah.
You got to be a little bit more direct. But Tom, every fucking time, I keep telling him this, he doesn't listen. He goes, how's everyone doing? And every time Jeff Heisen comes in with what he thinks is his joke. So he writes a joke before every show. And so listen for this one.
And on that note, on with the show. Please join me in welcoming Jeff Heisen, Gina Brown, and Polite Kitty.
Hey, Tom.
Hey, Tom.
Everyone, welcome back. What's everyone been up to lately?
Well, Tom, a lot of people have held you in contempt, but not in the way Trump was held in contempt, right?
Well, I mean, like Trump, I too don't have enough money to pay those fines that he's been racking up. So that's a very fitting analogy, Jeff. Thank you.
Oh my gosh.
This is so bad. Edit all of that out, Tom. That thing where Jeff tried to make a joke and it wasn't funny and you didn't know how to react to it and then people were awkwardly laughing. Cut all of that out. And stop asking people what's going on.
Yeah, what have you been up to?
Fix his joke, for Christ's sake. But not legally in contempt. You're just a contemptible person.
Something. Yes.
At least, that's the first draft. Yeah.
That's right. Yeah. We still got to punch that up.
You are kind of waiting for the next thing when he goes, but not in the same way Trump was held in contempt. Blah.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, where's that example?
Yes. As Pat Oates said, set it up as that, and then here's the crazy example or the thing that makes it interesting or funny. All right, last clip I have from this because, as you heard, he goes, what have you guys been up to? And the one woman on here, she gets cut off right away, is a child. This is what a child would say.
Been a good week for me. No seizures for me. Yay! Seizure free since March 11th.
Awesome. Very good.
Gina or Polite, are you dog owners?
So he wants to switch it over to Christy Nome talk immediately. But she goes, yeah, you know what? I've had a good week. I didn't have any seizures this week. All right, well, keep that to yourself. That sounds like a personal thing.
Not many seizures?
Yeah. She hasn't had a seizure since March 9th or whatever she said.
What the fuck?
These are children pretending to be doing a show.
Congratulations.
But they're adults. Yeah, congratulations. Wow. Me neither.
Yeah. Now that you mention
Now
it,
that you
me
mention
neither.
it, I haven't been bragging about that enough, actually. I don't know what's wrong with me.
No seizures.
Who are these podcasts?